Hello everybody, welcome back to Sophisticakes by Mary. Now I have a cold, so if my voice sounds a little funny, please excuse. I'm doing the best I can. Anyway, for this video, I am doing some Isomalt decorations. Now, I've done a lot with Isomalt on this page, but for this tutorial I wanted to show you kind of a beginning level Isomalt decoration for more of the beginning levels. So I will attach my Isomalt recipe down below. This is from scratch. You can buy the Isomalt, the brand Isomalt. There are other cake decorating brands that have Isomalt as well, where you just mix water with it and melt it, or just melt it. This is from scratch, so it doesn't have any artificial sugars in it. And what I do is I melt them together and I get it to 300 degrees. And once it has reached that stage, I can pour it on my silicone mats here. Now I'm just pouring puddles of Isomalt is all I'm doing. And I did add the color I wanted after it had reached the 300 degree mark, added some of the purple color gels and just swirled it around to incorporate the color. Now it's gonna bubble up when you do that a little bit, but the bubbles will subside. Now you need to work kind of fast with this, but don't work so fast that you end up burning yourself. So this is my disclaimer right here. I know I do not have gloves on, but I would recommend gloves, some kind of a silicone type glove that is heat resistant, especially if it's your first time doing this. I've done this for a while, so I kind of can tell when it's time to play with this. You can tell when this Isomalt is ready to be worked with when you can start pulling it away from the silicone mat with very little resistance. Now once I had removed this from the silicone, I am just manipulating it, kind of pulling and stretching it and kind of ruffling it up as I go. You don't have to do too much pulling. The size of these decorations will depend on how big you pour your puddles. Now I knew I was going to do this on a 6-inch cake. What I mean by that is 4 layers of 6-inch round cakes. So I could only do so many. So I poured them a little on the medium to smaller side, because once you ruffle them up like that, they're going to be smaller. And as you are working on your next ones, you will notice the ones that you already manipulated will start to flatten down a little bit. And that's because the outside edges dry and cool faster than the middle. But that's okay, because we will go back in with our creme brulee torch and shine these up a little bit. And when you do that, you can manipulate them a little bit more. And this is what they look like before I shine them up. They're a little on the duller side. And this blowtorch, or this creme brulee torch, is a lifesaver. You'll notice as I'm going here, you can see them clear up and shine up. Now I know, again, like I said, I am using my hands to manipulate with these, but I know not to stick my hand in the flame, which I'm sure you know as well. Just keep it in mind. And I have to remind myself too, don't touch it immediately, Mary. This is sped up, so there is a few seconds in between blowtorching it and blowtorching. Makes it sound so big. Torching it and then touching it. And I am manipulating them a little bit, since they do get softened a little bit with the torch, just to emphasize the cupped shape that I wanted. And do torch the outside edges as well, just so that it becomes as clear as possible. But don't put the torch on the Isomalt for too long. You need to move it around. Otherwise, it will soften too much and you'll have a puddle of Isomalt again, which, if that does happen, no biggie, go ahead and do what you did to begin with. Just form it into the shape that you want. And these are random, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Excuse my big head, again. It's so hard to film these by yourself when you get into what you're doing and you kind of forget there's a camera there and you get in your own way. And you can do these any color you want. You could even leave them clear if you want, and then touch the outside edges with some gold or some silver or even another color of gel if you want to. I just kind of thought that I was in the mood for purple, for a deep purple. And just go ahead and pull off any random bits that don't seem to make sense. And once you get these the way that you want them, just let them sit there and cool for about 5-10 minutes. That's really all it takes. And this is what they look like before I add my confectioner's glaze. This confectioner's glaze actually just adds one more level of shininess to it, and it kind of seals them and prevents them from getting too cloudy as they can with time. And once you have these done, I would store them in an airtight sealed container at room temperature. Avoid heat and avoid humidity and too cold, in kind of a temperature controlled room. I'm gonna go ahead and crumb coat, well actually it is already crumb coated, my tier of cake here. I'm using buttercream, my American buttercream recipe on the outside. I will attach a link on how I make this buttercream. It's wonderful because it's about as air-free, bubble-free as you're gonna get. At the beginning, now you let it sit overnight once you've made it, and then your air bubbles will be minimal. But since I made this 2 days ahead, I do have some air bubbles. And to get rid of those bubbles, you can go ahead and remix them, as is explained in that tutorial, how to do that to remove those air bubbles again before you work with it. But no, I don't have patience, so I just struggle. And go ahead and smooth those sides and pull that top lip into the middle. I like to use plastic scrapers. I use a mixture of different sizes. Kind of depends on what I'm going for and which one is working that day. I mix it up. Clean off your board and set it in the refrigerator for about 20 minutes. And once it is firm to the touch and you can touch the buttercream and it does not stick to your finger, go ahead and start applying your pieces of Isomalt. Now go ahead and use toothpicks to hold them in place, because Isomalt has a little bit of weight to it. And you'll want to hold them in place until they have firmed up and it is attached to the buttercream. And I just put a little buttercream behind the pieces of Isomalt so that the buttercream is sticking to the buttercream. And just kind of, it's like putting a puzzle together. I kind of arranged beforehand my basic idea of how I wanted them to be arranged on the cake, and then take them from the table and apply them onto the cake. Now remember, you will be removing these toothpicks once you set it into the refrigerator to firm up again. Take your time to get these to where it looks attractive in your eye. You can see there, I don't know if you caught that, there was a little spot where my buttercream was a little messed up underneath, and that's because I didn't like the way it was laying and I took some pieces off and started over. You can do that. Don't worry about it. You're not going to see them. You're not going to see what's underneath there. So if you don't like the way that it's laying, go ahead and remove them. Start over. It's okay. And then I wanted to add a little texture to the buttercream, just to zhuzh it up just a little bit. You could leave it that way if you like. I just like to add a little bit of texture on most of my cakes. And just a little side note I'd like to mention about the Isomalt. If you are new to Isomalt and you're a little nervous about it, go ahead and buy the already prepared kind in the bag. It's a little bit more user-friendly and a little easier to use for your first time. And it also, if you have to reheat it and you are not used to doing this, and if you have to reheat it, which you can do with Isomalt, the brand, the store-bought already made kind, you can reheat it again and you don't have to worry about getting it up to 300 degrees again. And it reheats pretty well. Now with this from scratch kind, if you reheat it, you can do that, but it ends up being more and more cloudy and a little harder to work with. So just wanted to add that. And now I'm adding some edible gold leaf, and it got stuck. That's okay. You can scrape it off if that happens to you. But the cake had a little bit of condensation on it from being taken out of the refrigerator. So it is sticking without having to add anything. But you can add a little dab of water where you would like to add your gold leaf if you need to, on a crusting buttercream or any other kind of buttercream. Now, since it's set up, I am twisting these toothpicks out. I'm not just pulling them straight out. I am twisting them to loosen them up and then remove it. You have less chance of messing up your buttercream or pulling those pieces of Isomalt out that way. So there you go, guys. My beginner level Isomalt cake decoration tutorial with some textured buttercream and some edible gold leaf. I hope you liked it. I hope you try to give it a go. And if you have any questions, please feel free to leave me a message, because I do try to return all the messages that I see, but I get a lot of messages and I can't always see them. So don't think I'm ignoring you if you do. So thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch my video. And if you'd like to watch some other videos, go ahead and click on the link to one of these other videos shown here. And if you would like to check out my other social media, I am on Facebook and Instagram under the same name, Sophisticakes by Mary. And please take the time to share, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you know when I upload another video. Thank you so much. And we'll catch you on the next tutorial.